I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
제 표정 봐 진짜.
Who's Max?
은큼하게 생겨가지고.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
왜 맘모스가 있네? 이거 다 읽는 것도 그 도전 과제래요. 그래서 웬만하면 다 읽고 갈게요. 뭐 하는 데인데 이렇게 좀 진열된 게 개연성이 없어.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's just...
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
아 과자네. 저 보니까 또 과자 먹고 싶네 또.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
아 저는 말할 틈을 안 주네 진짜.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up...
아, 드디어 조용해졌어.
That's just
아,
crazy.
제발.
Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
불을 끄면 제가 죽을래나? 아, 제가 좀 조용히 했으면 좋겠는데. 불을 끄고 나가봐야지.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Lock the door when I leave.
Yeah, you go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
우물 보면 링 생각밖에 안 나는 것 같아요. 뭐 있나? 아, 막혔네.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if...
딱히 가져갈 건 없네요. 차 타고 가면 안 되나? 금방 갈 텐데.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me
오,
out of it.
뭐야?
These people had called me
뭐야?
right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
아, 설마 말하는데 튀어나오진 않겠지. 오, 뭐야? 아, 새. 놀래라. what? 아유, 놀랐잖아요. 어쩔 수 없잖아, 사람인데. 아, 간만에 의자에서 펄쩍 뛰었네. 아. 라디오 있죠? 불 켜지나? 켜지네. 라디오 듣고 갈게요.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end.
아직도 두근거려.
What's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seek to manage.
오, 뭐야? 방금 못 지나갔는데?
Really, just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
뭐지?
Tell me about it. No sack race for us
튀어나오는
older
거냐?
gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
아, 뭐라는지 하나도 못 들었냐. 일로 지나갔는데. 누구 계세요? 없나? 사람 너무 쫄리게 만든다 진짜. 오, 뭐야. 뭔데? 아, 여긴 폐가 같은데. 뭐 있나 안에? 안에 뭐 있어. 아, 또 들어가야 되잖아 그럼. 아, 나 여긴 뭐 없나? 없네. 아, 뭐 나올 것 같은데. 발차기. 그럴 줄 알았어. 불은 못 켜네요. TV가 있어.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish.
이것도 뭐 시리즈인가?
In Night Springs.
오, 바다에 피.
Tonight's episode. The Man in the Mirror.
자, 이것도 보고 갈게요.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh?
아, 뭐 보는 동안 또 지나가는 거 아니야?
Yeah, but why would you do
불안한데?
that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you
나도 이해가 안 되는데.
Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
양키 형들 괴담 같은 거 같은데 정서가 달라서 그런지 이해가 안 되네. 오, 뭐야. 아, 이제 새까지 왜 저래, 무섭게. 아, 뭐 조만간 나올 분위기인데. 낙상주의.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well.
러스티가 누구지?
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max...
아, 아까 그 뭐야, 그 건물에 있던 그 아저씨인가 본데.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me! Help me!
일단 방치해도 게임 특성상 내가 가지 않는 이상 더 이상 진행이 안 되기 때문에 그렇겠죠? 주변에 아이템이 있나 먼저 보고 갈게요. 오, 놓칠 뻔했어.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall. The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.